In the previous lesson, we looked at the dopaminergic reward system and described positive prediction error, where it feels good to predict something and then have the outcome be even better than you thought it would be. The brain and nervous system evolved to make predictions about what to expect from stimuli. In fact, that's one of its main jobs. We naturally size up the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and touches coming from new objects to decide whether or not it's safe and rewarding to engage with it. Although it may not feel like it, this process is in effect every time we hear new music. You might dislike a song or a musical style on first listen, but exposure can let it cross a psychological divide from disliked to liked if it's heard often enough. When we know how a piece of music goes so well that we can predict some of its changes, it naturally becomes less arousing because it's less surprising. Impulsivity is the tendency to approach novel situations without contemplating the risk-reward value, and that includes engaging with new styles. A tendency to be impulsive is driven by genetic factors and is also very contextual. You can be a risk taker in some situations and play it safe in others. Humans and non-humans are constantly weighing their choices based upon an assessment of risk and the potential for gain or loss. If you make the same choice in the same situation enough times and it works out for you, you'll spend less time calculating the risks and your choice can become a habit. Sensation seeking is defined by psychologist Marvin Zuckerman as the seeking of varied, novel, complex, and intense sensations and experiences and the willingness to take physical, social, legal, and financial risks for the sake of such an experience. Musical sensation seeking is not especially adventurous, but it does fit Zuckerman's definition. Publicly sharing your taste in music can be socially risky because it reveals some aspect of your private self, your self-image. We will return to self-image in an upcoming lesson. Novelty craving peaks in adolescence, just as our taste in music, food, and fashion is starting to stabilize, and it declines with age. Even adolescent mice are willing to check out new foods that the adult mice won't touch. The greater appetite for risk in our teenage years is attributed to the different rates at which brain areas mature. The adolescent brain is biased to prefer immediate rewards over long-term gains. Emotional bonds attached to music are exceptionally strong in youth for many reasons. Teens' musical taste is driven by social or personal rewards more than any sort of critical analysis of music's structural features. Suffice it to say that the music we love best in youth is most likely the result of instinct and experience more than a conscious choice. Imagine a scenario where you're 15 years old and having a good time with friends. You might be in a car or at an all-ages show, or at a friend's house. New music is being played that is not necessarily in your favorite style, but the feel-good neurotransmitters coursing through your body from hanging with people you like will get encoded along with that music. Your dopamine system associates the music you hear with feeling good. If this style just so happens to be boundary pushing, you will be open to innovative music in the future. If it is traditional, it may strengthen your love of that genre. Everything is the way it is because it got that way, as the saying goes. In the next lesson, we will explore what exactly an emotion is and see how music can induce one.